When your time's up, your time's up. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Have you ever been in a car with somebody else driving and you realize, oh, I'm finally here. I'm finally in the car with that guy. When we're all driving out there, there are very annoying drivers that you encounter, but you're not actually in the car with them. Have you ever actually been in the car with one of those people? I knew this guy who was a detail cleaner at a Cadillac dealership, and he was quite good at what he did. But one time I drove with him and he was just like tailgating people, acting all aggressive. He was like honking at people. I'm like, you're that guy. You're the guy we all hate out here on the highway. It's just a surreal thing when you actually meet them, when they're actually right next to you in the car. It's quite an experience. Morning roundup, got a good one today. Cat wastebasket. This shark messed up because the bottom tube chose to do this, and that's pretty annoying. This is the first straw, and this is the last straw. I've printed another dolphin here. We've printed 2 of them recently. They don't sell that well, but maybe they're having a little renaissance. Of course, we have a David here. This is printing a dwarf pipe holder right here. And yes, this is the big T-Rex skull with backing plate. This is a very nice Winston Churchill pipe holder. Should be done sometime today. It came out quite nice. I think it's like the 3rd or 4th one that's sold. Not a big one, but it's pretty cool. And yes, we finally did it. This right here is the slice of cake. It's like this. The cake is kind of a wedge, and then there's some like chocolate shavings on top to make it all fancy and stuff. Got one of those $6.99 Subway sandwiches using the app. Always a good move. It's getting so nice out that I think I need to charge the Segway. Last year we went on Segway adventures and it was quite enjoyable. I think it's time to rediscover that. Mailman. Time to do the goal board. We did not do bad last week. Yep, that's a big 5 right there. And of course, 2 walks. So yeah, 5 slash marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Man, we're about a third of the way there and we're only a few months into this. I have made a donut. Expect that soon. It's finally here. We are giving away today on this episode the Space Fighter. Message me, first link in the description, if you want the Space Fighter. It is wall mounted, as you can clearly see. Maybe it's not that clear, but you can you're gonna see some pictures soon. We're gonna get some pictures of the Space Fighter. But if you want this for your very own, message me on Etsy. See you, Space Cowboy. Okay, this took a while to do the keyword research. I actually found that a lot of the mech, spaceship type 90s, 80s anime shows, like Macross, Gundam was a big one, Cowboy Bebop, a lot of those had some very good metrics. So since that isn't totally out of step with the style of those animes, we used a lot of those keywords. Now, when you're using copyrighted terms like this, don't put them in anything visible. Customers can't actually see the tags, but obviously this does aesthetically look like some of the old Star Trek stuff, kind of. You know, we have a lot of 80s type things here. It's got a little bit of that Saturday morning vibe like we grew up with. And so these were really good. Voltron was a big one too. So yeah, Macross, obviously, Blade Runner, classic Cowboy Bebop anime. This is a really good slate of tags right here. So this might actually do very good. So yeah, we've got it listed. Like I said, if you wanna receive this, if you want me to ship it to you as a little token of my appreciation for your viewership, message me on Etsy, link will be in the description. I want this to go to a good home, okay? Look at that thing. So that keyword research actually took quite a while, but let's get into packaging some stuff and getting some stuff ready to paint. All right, I wasn't gonna put this in here, but this is an amazing deal on some steaks. These steaks here, normally 16 bucks, $6.99 for the whole thing. The really cool thing, most of those are the same. So we are staking it up, brother. Look at that, normally 29, 13 bucks for the whole thing. Can you believe it? It's gonna be so good, air fried with some spices on there and a good sauce. There we go, 24 normally, 11 bucks. 17, $7. Yep, I got a few more. What we're gonna do is we're gonna freeze a few of them and keep the rest thawed out and eat a bunch of steak over the next few days. Always a good deal. If you keep your eyes out, you can eat really good for really cheap. Just gotta know where to look. Man, there's like nobody here. I guess it's free. Somebody did eventually show up, but I could have just walked out. I was almost tempted to do so. Some drama going on over there. Seriously though, that's some of the best deals I've ever gotten on steak. It's gonna be so good. Looked like a good cut too. One phrase I think we need to bring back is, that's about the size of it. Maybe that's some regional thing, I don't know. There's probably a lot of parts of the US that don't say that, but personally I like saying, you're correct, by saying, that's about the size of it. Try it sometime today. You'll feel like a real good old boy. Doing that keyword research took forever. That's about the size of it. Let's ship off this little monkey, get him packaged, sent out tomorrow. That's about the size of it. Oh yeah. First product of the week, baby. Off to a good start. And of course, we've got a classic David. And we've got the JFK right here. And it's time for the kitty cat can. And it's time to ship off this bouncing baby cookie to a new forever home. All right, let's get some before shots. This is our gold kitty to be, and David, and white and black and white fade. Sneak preview. Ho 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 ho. Oh yeah, and after we've got the golden kitty, we got the JFK. David's looking pretty good. And we've got the bulldog. I think he's gonna need another coat by the end of this. Well, he's looking pretty good. Oh man, what a day. If you want that space fighter, remember, message me on Etsy, link below. Oh man, I'm so tired. I think the thing I'm grateful for today, all them steaks. I'm gonna fry up some of them steaks. We're gonna use a little of the classic soy glaze. They're gonna be delicious. Let me see what else. New products are coming along. You guys have gotten a little sneak preview of some of them. We've got some really exciting things. You're gonna wanna stay tuned to the channel to check out all the wonders of my creation. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm really grateful for. When I was researching a lot of those keywords for animes and stuff, the ones that were like Macross and Gundam and Voltron had really good numbers. Like, I don't even know why. It's not like those are new animes or anything, but there was a lot of demand. There was really not that much supply. And the more things that I can kind of offer that genre-wise kind of slot into that category, I mean, there's probably some money to be made there. So I think I'm gonna try a few things like that. The spaceships are cool. Maybe we make a couple more of those. Maybe we make some mechs, you know, sort of the mech busts. Something I've been wanting to do is make a mech bust that's sized for one of the S5s, 500 by 500 by 500, one that mounts on your wall. And we can even make it like it's a coat holder or something like that technically, or you can hang things on it. But yeah, it'd be cool to make some like Gundam style mechs or stuff like that. I think it's worth doing at least a couple of them. I think the right kind of person, maybe gamer people, maybe people that are really into the anime or mech stuff, people that are real robot freaks, somebody will pay $150 for a bust of that. The other thing that's great from a paint perspective, it's so easy to do a silver fade like we've been doing on a lot of items. And then maybe just paint a couple details, paint some eyes or some badges or something. It's really not even that big a deal, and there's some money. See, the key to a lot of entrepreneurship, if you want to have a successful business, just figure out what other people aren't willing to do. That's one of the things that really helped me build this business. When I lived in Austin in the early days, because it was for the first 6 months I lived in Austin, then I moved here after I started the business. I met with the local 3D printing scene there because it was still very early. This is 2017, 2018, something like that. Yeah, mathematically that works. And a lot of these people were like engineering nerds. Like, I'm not talking crap about them. They were cool guys. They're very cool guys, and they had a successful business doing like print on demand type stuff in the early days. But they were not like business people, and they were also like not designers. They weren't artists. They were like engineering students, like I said, that just got really into 3D printing and just thought the mechanics of it were cool. I mean, they had a very cool shop. I learned a lot just looking at it. I wish I could remember what their group is called. They had a meetup in Austin back in the day. There might even be viewers that went to it or something. But I just realized I'm different than these guys in ways that could really matter. I have a business background. I know how to build things. I know how to like imagine what customers might want. Plus, I'd spent a lot of my time creating art, in the form of music, but I also have a background in graphic arts, and I did game design. So combining all of that, I realized that I could probably bring some of that to 3D printing. And so that's what you need to do. Get your skill stack together, think about what you can do that might be a little bit unique, and just figure out how to take your category or whatever you're doing beyond what the other people are willing to do. Especially in 3D printing, but in most things, most people just want to get rich quick, right? They think they're gonna like launch a couple of products and they're gonna sell $1 million. And when you realize that that's most of who you're up against, there's so much opportunity. It's real fertile ground if you're just willing to like grind it out and just work hard. Because what are you gonna do? Flip burgers at McDonald's? Do you think that's easier? Just bring the same hustle to your business. If you can be your own master, nobody else ever will be. If you refuse to discipline yourself, somebody else will. Holy crap. Just as I was saying that, this doesn't have any customer information. I just sold another guitar octopus hanger. Just happened right now. Yeah, what I was getting ready to say is we'll do a couple of these anime keyword oriented products, and it's still going on the big food. We're making the big cake, big slice of cake that you saw this morning, and we're making guitar hangers. That's two now that have sold. And I only launched it a few days ago. I'm telling you, there's gold in them hills. Man, that's so dope. I'm trying to like move on in my head, but it's just so cool. I can't tell you how satisfying it. I mean, a lot of you guys have Etsy shops and online shops. It is so satisfying to launch a product and like you're sold 2 of them within a week or whatever it's been, a week and a half. Man, that's a good feeling. But anyway, let's read some Discord. Hey, join the Discord. It's in the description. Definitely message me about the giveaway, the spaceship giveaway first, but then you can join the Discord. In the comments and questions section responding to the previous episode, Landon, who is a new contributor, shout out to Landon, says, Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hey, happy to you too. Hi, it's my island. Toasty O's, are there cookies in the cookie jar? I'm grateful for cookies. Hermit cookies most of all. I do not know what those are. Hermits are not very delicious, so I don't know if hermit cookies would be, but no, that's where I keep my markers. Busy Bee Creations, I think that's actually a new person. Somebody either changed their name or it's a new person. Let me know in the comments, Busy Bee. The band talk totally made me remember Sugar Ray and how no one knew their first two albums were pretty hardcore before they sold out and went super pop. That is very true. To give some of you young people some perspective, when I was in high school, Sugar Ray was kind of like one of those bands that you couldn't realistically imagine that any actual person liked. Like when my uncle was in high school in the 80s, he knew that Twisted Sister was a successful band, but he could not name a single person that ever even sort of liked Twisted Sister. Now that might be because he grew up in rural Indiana. Perhaps there was some kind of thing there. But my generation's version of that is Sugar Ray. Now, funnily enough, on my Spotify, I actually saved one of those really popular Sugar Ray albums to my favorites list or whatever it's called. And I listened to it, and it is very true that they went super pop, but they still had some elements of like some more hardcore music. It's a very strange album. I just wanted to listen to it because like I said, I never heard of a single person that actually liked Sugar Ray. If there was ever a band that you're not supposed to listen to the album of and only listen to the stuff on the radio, that's Sugar Ray. So that's why I wanted to actually listen to the album. And I gotta say, it wasn't that great, but it is a lot different than you would think. Got a new commenter on YouTube. I think this would be Rebecca Baldock, something like that. Sorry if I said your name wrong. You are such a motivating force. Authenticity in motion is hard to ignore. If I start the day with an episode of yours, I feel like I get more done and in a more mindful way. I'm currently running the printer nonstop for a market I'm attending next week in a bit, as well as cleaning for a rental inspection tomorrow with your videos playing just for the extra get it done vibes. Keep it going, man. Wow, I love reading stuff like that. Yeah, there's a lot of people in the Discord, which you should join, that talk about doing farmers markets and things like that. I did try that at a certain point. I talked to a lot of people, but didn't make any sales. But it seems very cool. It's something I kind of wanted to do. Longtime viewers might remember that my family had a small beef jerky company growing up, and that was like my first job. It was never like really successful for a variety of reasons. There was this company that kind of screwed us over. Tale as old as time. But we used to do festivals, which is a huge thing in the Midwest, especially before the internet. And we sold so much jerky. It was amazing. I mean, we had to spend weeks making it and saving it up and stuff to go to these big festivals. One of them, there were like 2 million people that went through there in like 4 days. So definitely a thought at a certain point with the 3D printing thing is like, man, it'd be cool to do festivals again. I miss doing the festival circuit. But like, I just had so many sales online. It's like, how can I literally just leave the shop for a few days? And I don't even need to. I've got like a bunch of sales, so what am I doing? But it's kind of been in the back of my mind. If things ever kind of got bad online, I would probably try to sell a lot in person. And I feel like I could make a good go of it. But anyway, tell me in the comments what you are grateful for. Read some great comments today, and I appreciate the new commenters and the classics. We love our classic contributors.